Hi.
My mom is going to flip out.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so
Does she know Rosie?
You just said the voice.
I just did the voice. Yeah.
So obviously that is not your real voice.
No, it's not my real voice. No, I have a lot of fun with it. You know, I think that's one of the things that I really liked about the character the most, that I was able to play such a different person than who I am, and just like make her completely comical and over the top and lost in translation. Like, I love that.
So last summer, my mom does not have cable, does not have Apple TV, and I have Apple TV, and she's like, "Is that Lifetime? You need to go to Lifetime." I've been reading about the show. It's called Devious Maids, and I was like, "Mom, I don't want to get hooked on a show right now." And she's like, "Please." So we started episode 1, and my mom is the type, she goes to bed every night 8 p.m. She's up 3, 4 a.m. Just one more, 5 a.m. I promise.
Sweet.
We were watching last
to your
night.
mom.
Edna, can you say hi, Edna, in Rosie voice?
Okay. Well, hello, Edna.
Okay, I know you probably have to get it, but I just want to talk really quick about Devious Maids, because I feel like you are such a powerhouse. You're, first of all, a mama of twins.
Yeah, I have twin babies. They're 2.5 now. I have a stepson that's 14-year-old that lives with us. We sponsor a girl through college that's 21 from Mexico. So we have a full house at the house. But I like that. I really love that. I think that's the part of playing Rosie that I really relate to now more than anything. It's just the motherly, part. I think when I came in season 1, I had an idea of what it was, but now that I've become a mom, I just feel so much more connected.
And there's also something about it. I mean, I love the aspect of like him just loving you for who you are, and like forgetting the fact that she may be a housekeeper. It really is like a conversation about looking at people for who they are, because Perry Westmore, no spoilers, but she's a certain type.
She's evil, but it's all about love. I think love and family, and I think if you think of love, there is no color, there is no economic stature. When you love someone, you love them. So I love that that's part of the message that people get from it.
And I would just love to hear, I just feel like you were casted so perfectly, like every essence of it. When you first were at the start, did you have to audition a lot, or did they just know right away?
No, you know what? I actually went in and auditioned for Carmen, the role of Carmen.
Ooh, that's
I read the role, and then we talked a little bit about my background and how my mom and dad came here and like left me with my grandmother and like to immigrate to America. And so I started talking about that story, and that's sort of like what Rosie was going through. And I'm very like passionate and loving, and so Mark Cherry just looked at me and he said, "You have Rosie eyes." And then I laughed, I came back and I read the sides for Rosie, and then they made me an offer.
Okay, I just have to ask, when did the voice come in? It just adds to the character so much. There's something so sweet. So where did you create that? Did you go one day and say, "Hey, I have this idea, tell me, I want to know about the voice"?
Well, the voice and actually everything that's Rosie, it's been a process. I had this idea of a character that I wanted to create in my head, and I really wanted to dabble into comedy. So I wanted to make her super specific and very childlike in a way. But because the accent was sort of a part of it as well, I felt like it was just a good. It just makes you love her no matter what happens, And I worked really hard, not only on the voice, but in her mannerisms. She talks a lot with her hands and her walk.
Her braids. She always has these cute braids. I want to copy them so much.
Thank you. It's all. I'm very lucky that I have great writers that write great stories for us, and then I just get to come in as an actress and play and create a really fun character.
Now, I just have to ask really quickly. I had no idea you had a baby in between any of the seasons. 2 babies.
2 babies.
I would love to just pick your brain, diet and exercise, to come back and not even be able to tell, because that's in like 2.5 weeks basically. Like, what are your secrets, girl?
I eat really well at the time. Especially was a lot of what I had to do. But I had 2 babies, so I was running around with 2 babies and not getting any sleep. So, and working all the time. So I just lost a lot of weight doing that. But I really got into hot Pilates, like mad hot Pilates, because it was a lot about my core and like just finding strength within. And even as a woman, it just makes me feel like really like badass and powerful.
You look really fit. Okay, last question. I just overheard you said you just produced a movie. Yes. So I want to hear about that, and then I'll let you get it.
I just produced a film that I'm starring in. It's actually currently being sold at ICM, and it has a working title of Talbot County, but I think we're changing it to Lycan, so it's going to be really fun.
Is it mystery, drama? What's your character, really quickly?
I'll tell you, it's a Hitchcockian sort of suspense thriller. So there's a lot of suspense in it. It's based and wrapped around this legend of Emily Bird, who happened to be the Talbot County werewolf, and it's a human psychosis film about this girl that's got this disease called lycanthropy, which is when people believe they're turning into werewolves. So I play one of the characters. We're all college kids, and so I've been adopted. I'm a little older, and so we end up going into the woods to find out if the legend of Emily Bird is real or not. And it's really fucking scary. Sorry, I said fucking, but it is.
The internet.
I love it.